Hello, my fellow travelers, and welcome to Spirit Therapy. Thank you for joining me. I feel like I just want to talk to you without spirit, especially after last week and watching the onion unfold and all of the that I was going through last week. So, and now I'm not at all red, super bright, and it's like a brand new day. So I figured I'd just take this time to talk with you as a person, Nicole, spirit therapist, but also just the person, and say that clearly these past few weeks, I see myself as a little bit of a science experiment, if you haven't noticed. I test out everything that I know the planets are doing and that I'm learning with spirit therapy and everything that talks to me, and put it all together and then churn it out for you to see if my making sense of this can help you to make sense of what's going on in your life. Because when we have sense, we're much more calm and we can see what's going on. So for those few weeks and these last 2 weeks after I saw you last, it's definitely been a coming through it. And not to say that we're ever done, or that I'm done, but it is a different energy. So hopefully in the past, let's say 4 to 6 weeks, if you've been going through anything, I know a lot of people going through a lot of body stuff. And I know a lot of people going through emotional stuff and relationship stuff and self stuff. So I realized that we're all getting hit where we decided, when we decided on this life, to learn our lessons. And it seems the thing that's hardest, or has the most room for growth, is the thing that's getting pressed on. Yeah. So I think if you're on this planet, whether you're paying attention or not, you're getting hit with something somewhere that you feel it. So, as the spirit therapist, what do we take from this? I take, well, hello, the universe doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. And if you've chosen this path for you to learn what you need to learn, then so be it. Then let's do this. And that's where the spiritual warrior comes in. And maybe that's what I'm going to call this one, the spiritual warrior, because with everything we talked about last week, with everything that's going on in the world, with who our new president is, it's time for the spiritual warrior. Now, what do I mean by that? We all came in as some sort of mission, as some sort of warrior to do something. But if we've come in as a warrior, we've been a warrior many times. And so if we've been a warrior many times, we realize that there's no need to fight. And so we came in now to understand how to be a warrior of strength and honor and nobility, and stand up for what is coming through you and what you believe to be of love and light, but without fighting. And so that's where the spiritual comes in. And it's a big word. What does that mean? To me, it means learning how to stand in your power without aggression. And that brings me to, I'll give you a little astrology. Apparently Thanksgiving, tip, apparently Thanksgiving in the planets is ripe for strife. I'd love to say it nicer or different, but it's people are going to feel like they need to say what's right, that they need to be heard, they have feelings, they, feel, talk, and before you know it, rah! So tip in your pocket, the best way through the confusion is through it, be the eye of the storm. And the eye of the storm being the calm. Just go in with your love and light armor and realize that it's a little bit like, a house of mirrors, a little Harry Potter. If you struggle and you get fearful, it just grabs you more. So to go in, maybe you are the chosen one in this situation, to bring the love and light, to bring the laughter, to bring the it's not so big a deal into whatever your family or Thanksgiving situation is. So, through the storm, and don't let the mirrors entice you into a fight, because again, we're all having challenges where we need it. So what better than to have the world understand how to go into a stressful or volatile situation and keep the peace, at least for yourself, if not emanate the love and the light and the non-judgment and compassion around whoever's around you. So, and then, we'll feel feelings, we'll apologize in the next couple of days, and, there's and then by Sunday, the 27th, apparently, it's a little easier. And also, Neptune has just woken up from its retrograde on the 20th of November. So that means the end of illusion, but it can also mean like a start into illusion, because Neptune's tricky like that. So you could feel like you're waking up to the illusion, whatever that is around you. But you could also decide that illusion is easier and then stay in that. And apparently Pluto is not having any of that, and Saturn wants to know what your values are. So I'm just saying, you don't necessarily need to know what the planetary la-la-las is, but I see them as personalities and forces that come through. So to recognize that Pluto is wanting us to do things in a different way, and Saturn wants to know what's important to you. So put that in your pot and smoke it. And so I know that last week Spirit promised you or told you that they would talk about the rest of the year, but I just wanted to speak myself, even though I'm still pretty tuned in with whatever this is, so it's been pretty interesting. But anyway, and I also just wanted to point out my new spirit therapy drawing that's done by Zion, who works with us at Spirit Therapy NYC. So if you can see it, it's pretty cool. Reminds me a little of Doctor Who, but like the positive side of connecting, like between the veils, between the whatevers. So anyway, awesome work that he does. And so if you would like a spirit therapy session with Zion, he can make you one of these just for you, whatever needs to be on your wall. I'm lucky enough that I have a rotating because I'm in the mix. You can find us at the website below. So I thought that I would just pause the video here, do a little bit like my friend and fellow channeler Blossom Goodchild does, a little chat and channel. So I'll pause the video and tune in and see what Spirit has to say and possibly pull some cards. All right, I'll be right back. All right, well, they're talking a lot about balance. Balance, balance, balance. And they're making me feel this excited feeling, which my human side is not so sure. Is not so sure. It doesn't mean that won't be difficult. They don't like me using that word. So this is sometimes the struggle between like being a human and what you think is going on and what Spirit says, you know, is all is well. Because yes, all is well. So then why not align with that knowledge? The words are the words, but what do they mean to you? And how do they apply to your life and your vibration? And the balance is what comes with finding your inner self. And everything that we talked about last week. And these planets are shifting for a reason to help us to understand more and more our true self outside of the matrix. I saw a video today about something like, it's called something like round 1 of the ascension out of the matrix. And it came out like 3 weeks ago. So apparently that's the case. That's what's going on. If you choose to, you can. The word ascend has been hijacked into so much, you know, my body's going to float up. No, you can ascend into a new higher vibration of yourself, and the planets are there. They're testing you and prodding you and pushing you in ways so that you will wake up to yourself and everything that you really want to do. And I will tell you that everything I went through the past few weeks, boy, is it worth it. Boy, 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 is it worth it. And again, we may not be out of it, but we're never out of it. And there's always the choice to focus on what you want. So, well, only 2 minutes, huh? Whew, felt like 5. I'm going to go with the cards now. This week, they've been, when I asked what deck to work with today, they said they want the symbols, just the symbols, the simple symbols. So, to me, that means going with Trust Your Vibes, Sonia Coquette. It's a very interesting deck. If you're an artist, you're either going to love it or you hate it. If you're not, and but you're into visuals, and if you're looking for a different way of looking at things, this deck, it's just a different way. So I'm going to pick some cards for the energy going into the rest of the year. Right here? Okay. So this is what they have to say. Be generous. What do you love? And accept the gifts of the universe. Wow. Wow. All right. So I'm looking at the number 50. So for those of you that numbers vibrate with you and talk to you, 50, 555. I mean, I've been seeing the sequences of numbers and the 1111 and constantly looking up when it's like right on the hour or whatever. So this card is number 50. Be generous. They're saying that Thanksgiving, fill in the rest of the blanks. You know exactly what I'm going to say. Be generous. Be generous with the people who are there. They may be in the shadow. They may be confused. They may be in the light. You might be confused. Whatever it is, be generous. Be kind with each other. That's what this whole day is about, or at least should be about. I had a little boycott for Thanksgiving when I was a teenager because, I felt things about it. But now I realize, thanks, the word thanks. And if it's one day a year, fine. Thanks and giving. So be generous. And they have the sun and the like a cup pouring liquid. I see that as let the spirit in. Go walk in with spirit. Walk in with spirit with the people who maybe don't walk with spirit, and see what happens. See how you feel. See how they see, whatever. Just feel that feeling. There's something about these two people. For some reason, I feel like you're filling in your own blanks. So there you go. The next card, what do you love? Number 23 has a bullhorn of love, mouths talking. So talk what you love. Here's for the rest of the year, not just Thanksgiving. I keep thinking about Thanksgiving. We're having two different conversations in my head. So for the rest of the year, what do you love? Talking what you love. Letting the love pour out. Telling people that you love them. Understanding what you actually love. Do you actually love this that you do every day? Do you love? What do you love? And what do you love and you don't do? What do you love and you don't say? Who do you love and you don't say? And then the arrow coming down into the heart here is, what do you love about yourself? What do you love about who you are? And really, that's all that matters. But saying it is nice too. I'm only laughing because this is a funny conversation. I feel like I'm really here and so spirit. So I guess this is the way it goes. It's pretty cool. Anyway, the last card here is accept the gifts of the universe. The cornucopia, which is the symbol of abundance. Abbondanza in Italiano. The pot of gold and the heart. Here you are on the earth, accepting the gifts of the universe. Do you accept the gifts? Look at that. The light wants to go right there on top of his head. Yeah. His, her, their head. Yeah. It's right there. It's apparently right there. Circling your head. So, are you accepting the gifts of the universe? They're letting you all come up with your own conclusions. Not so many words from the Nicole. Okay, I dig it. Less work for me. And the final message card. And here we go. Exercise your vibes. Number 38. Look at that. Coming into your own power. Exercising who you are. Not aggressive. Loving who you are. People like it, they don't like it. Doesn't matter. But if you're exercising your vibes and you're calm and chilling with yourself, these things, people that don't get it and don't like it, walk away. They just go. They go out of your life. If they do like it, they embrace it. They become the best version of themselves. And you become the best version of yourself. So exercising your vibes, what you really want. And that's that's the perfect thing for spirit therapy, really. So if you would like to have a spirit therapy session, you can email me or call me at 646-919-0540. We still have an actual phone number. And yeah, If you need a little quick fix, I'll bring my cards with me when I go down to see my family in Philly. Yeah, it's real out there. People feel stuff. You may be feeling stuff. We're also growing. We're becoming who we are at the same time, while so is the world. As without, so within, as above, so below. We're all going through it together. So, like we said last week, call in your guides, call in whatever you need to be able to stay strong. Call your friend. You can call me. I'll have my phone with me. And, this is the beginning of some really cool stuff if you choose to accept the challenge. All right, my friends. Thank you once again for joining me, liking and sharing and subscribing. And yeah, I seem to be all giggles, so I guess that's a good thing. Peace and love, and Godspeed on your journey. Until next time, talk to you hopefully sooner than later.